Okay. Cool. So to give you an update, guys, especially regarding the call from yesterday, because this was actually the most meaningful, let's say, update since our last monthly call. So the call that I'm referring to is the one that I've had with two programmers from Dhaka, from Bangladesh. Because one of them, Ratul Minhaz, had a meeting last week with, actually, sorry, 2 weeks ago. He had a meeting with the contact person that we have in BRAC, which is a very large NGO in Bangladesh and 10 other countries. And well, they've talked about our mentoring initiative and the kind of mentoring that Ratul and other programmers from Dhaka wanted to do there in BRAC. And they agreed with it. You know, they liked the idea of this combined mentoring with the first month of preparation for the mentor process, goal steps, and the relaxation method, and only then going into programming. But they were also interested in the technical curriculum that we wanted to use, right, while teaching there. So this is what we've discussed yesterday. And well, Ratul is mainly a backend developer, but well, you know, based on the experience with our current students, we decided that it's actually best to start with teaching front-end web development, like, you know, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, these things, so that the students have immediate feedback on what they do, so they can see in the browser you know, things that they are doing which are similar to what they see on other websites and web applications. And yeah, for this, you know, there are very good curriculums out there, such as Free Code Camp, Codecademy, Solo Learn, the Odin Project, W3 Schools. There are many of these good curriculums, and we agreed that he will do so. This demo will take place on the 22nd of April, and well, hopefully, because this is when they will meet. And if nothing comes up until then, no problem comes up, then he will do this demo there, and he will present like 1 or 2 slides regarding the first month of preparation, and afterwards he will do a demo with the first lessons from Free Code Camp, and you know, they can see very clearly there how the Free Code Camp curriculum is structured, and how easy it is for the students to follow it. And yeah, this should go pretty well. I think it could also be useful. This is something that I've thought about afterwards. But since Ratul is mainly a backend developer, it would be useful maybe to present like a few slides with the backend part of the teaching, of the mentoring. But you know, just showing them how the Free Code Camp curriculum is built, and how easy it is for the students to follow it should be pretty good for this demo. Okay, and after this demo, they will decide on the number of students that they can start with, and hopefully they will all have access to computers and internet. They can even put them like 2 or 3 on a computer if necessary. And so far, so there is Ratul from Dhaka in Bangladesh. There is Ratul who had this meeting. Then there is the other programmer who participated on the call yesterday, Mortuza. And there is someone else who, well, couldn't participate on the call, but I will talk with him in the following days. His name is Hossein. And yes, he has this is also something that I wanted to ask you, if you would like to join this group, right, who will teach in BRAC, obviously, you know, whenever you'll be available. The idea would be we already have quite a few programmers actually in Dhaka, in Bangladesh. There are, I think, 18 in total. And sorry, guys, I think someone joined on. Oh, okay, Emmanuel. Hey, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, we've switched to Hangouts, and we are using the link that I've put in the chat here. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. So yes, if you can please join this link, and we'll meet there on Hangouts. Okay.
But I can't see the link.
You cannot see it. It's in the chat. Maybe you don't see the chat. Wait, I'll send it to you on. Do you want me to send it on WhatsApp, or where would you prefer?
Discord.
On Discord, okay. Cool. So I will send it to you now. Okay. I've sent it on Discord. Cool. And Emmanuel, if you could please mute the what's it called? Like mute yourself in a peer-in, because there is this background noise. And if you're having issues, you can tell me. Cool. So back to you, Fiaz. Yes, this is what I wanted to ask you, if you would be able to join the guys that I've mentioned in BRAC. Okay, cool. Thank you, Fiaz, and hey, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, we have Collins and Fiaz on the call. Emmanuel is from Kenya, and he's actually a student. He's being mentored by one of the programmers from our group from Portugal. But Emmanuel has also started teaching, and yes, it would be great, Emmanuel, if you could give us an update of how things have been going lately. But Emmanuel, if I can just ask you, when you're not speaking, to please mute your microphone so that we don't have the background noise. Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool. Thank you. Okay. So, Sophia, as you said that you would be able to join the guys. I will put you in contact with Ratul then, and after the demo that he will have there, you know, they will decide when the mentoring can start, and if you keep in touch, then you might be able to go together even. Sorry, Manuel, if I can just ask you again to please mute your microphone, because there is this background noise coming from you. Okay, cool. Thank you. Cool. Okay, so this is like regarding our progress in Dhaka. With the other organizations, the progress is slower, at least for now. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to establish more and more connections in the 10 countries that we are focusing on. And I actually wanted to ask you, Collins, if since we last talked, if you've got a chance to maybe call one of the branches of those organizations.
I've not yet conducted one.
Okay.
I'll try.
Cool. Sure. No worries. When you have time, can you just remind me, please, your country, because I can't remember it.
I'm from Kenya.
You're also from Kenya. Okay. Yes, just like Emmanuel. I think you're also in Nairobi. Maybe.
I'm not in Nairobi, but I'm from Kenya.
You're not in Nairobi. Okay, cool. Yeah, because Emmanuel is in Nairobi. Cool. And speaking of Nairobi, Emmanuel, if you could just tell us a bit about what happened lately in the center where you are mentoring. So Emmanuel has found this voluntary center where there are, from what I remember, roughly 100 young people and underprivileged young people, and he has started teaching the relaxation method and the mental process to some of them. Well, from what I understood so far, they are seeing some progress in school or in university where they are studying. And there is another student that Emmanuel has started teaching. So he has started teaching her web development. So yes, Emmanuel, if you could give us a quick update on this.
Yeah, sure. I've been mentoring some children in a children's home, and so far they already did their exams and closed schools, and they were surprised with the results because most of them were not that good, but right now they have at least improved their grades. And also, I'm teaching one student programming web design. So far, we are doing well.
Cool. Okay. And you actually said that the student that you're teaching web design had some issues with her computer, maybe at some point. Like, did she resolve those?
Yeah, she had some issues with the computer, like it could not sometimes connect to network, but we are able to resolve it. We just resolve it on Wednesday
Oh,
this
cool.
week.
Okay. Cool. So, like, where is she at right now in learning web development? Like, did you get with her to CSS maybe, or even JavaScript?
We are just following free code camp lessons.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. So, yeah, where are you more or less on in free code camp?
I think we are almost done with basics of HTML.
Oh, with HTML. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. That's great. And okay, so from what I remember, you are also saying that your student that you're teaching web development is also teaching in this center, right? Where there are those, those young people.
Yeah, we usually go with her to mentor those children, and
Cool.
also we have prepared like an event. Uh, we have come together as some. I think we are 15 youths, and we have prepared an event that we are going to visit those kids on 13th this month, and I'll just talk to them about how to relaxation method. Then we'll have some fun and we'll call it a day.
Cool. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so how many children or youth do you think you have been able to reach so far with this teaching?
Actually, they're just five
Okay.
because they are the ones that were in day school. Most of them were in boarding school, and those who were there were just little children. So some little children cannot understand those methods. That's why I only taught five of them who could understand.
Okay, cool. So I guess they're a bit older as well, right? Like what is their age range roughly?
About 15 to 20.
15 to 20 years. So yeah, this is pretty much the case as the local branch of SOS Children's Villages where I've been going for a few months now. The young people there are also 15 to 18, almost 19. So yeah, this is probably the ideal age, but smaller children can be taught as well. This it will work with them as well, but it does take a bit longer, let's say, to explain these concepts in a way that they can understand them and get used to them. But when sorry guys, there is someone else on appearing who has joined. Okay, guest on appearing, I don't see your name. We have moved to Hangouts though. If you want to join us there, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, there we go. Hey, Kawe. Cool. So I think you cannot see the Hangouts link in the chat here in appearing because you've joined afterwards. But I will send it to you on Discord. Okay, just a second. Okay. Okay. So Kawe will click on Hangouts.
Be right there.
Sure. Can I just ask you to mute yourself on appearing, please? Because there is some background noise.
Sure.
Cool. Thank you. Cool. So I was saying, guys, that well, Emmanuel, since you are teaching these 5 older students, let's say, if you can call them older, between 15 and 20 years old, but together you will be able to teach many more children there. So yeah, the important thing for them is to get used with these things and see that they're working. And yeah, it's great that they're already seeing these results in school. I've seen this as well in the local SOS children's villages where I'm going. And yeah, in school it's quite easy, let's say, to set clear results because they can just think of higher grades that they want to achieve, and they can go for those. Cool. Hey, Kawe. We also have Collins, Fiaz, and Emmanuel on the call, and Kawe is from Portugal. And Kawe, if I can also ask you, when you're not speaking, if you could please mute your microphone, so that after you say hi. Cool. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to mention here is something that I've heard from one of the 2 trainers that we have, Van from Philippines. You have done the training with her, Fiaz. So Van is also a teacher for 7th grade students, and she's teaching them like science, and also she has this counseling class basically. And like before learning about these things herself, in the previous semester she had a dropout rate of not a dropout rate, but she had like 11 students, if I'm not mistaken, who had dropped out even from the 7th grade. And on the 2nd semester during this counseling class, sorry, she was she started telling them about the relaxation method, the mental process, goal steps, and all this. And she asked them to set some clear goals. And because they many of them said that I don't know exactly what clear goal to set, she told them that look, a very good clear goal to have is to just to make it to the 8th grade basically. And yeah, she told them that when you are at home, from time to time, think about that moment in the future when you'll be in the 8th grade. Think about the steps to get there, and relax whenever needed, and all this. But we will think about the steps that you would have to take in order to achieve this goal. We will think about these steps in the class as well together. So yeah, she asked them, okay, so what do you think you would have to do in order to achieve this goal? and well, they started thinking together, right? And one of them was saying, yeah, so we have to have a small number of absences as possible. Then another one said that well, we have to pay attention to on that subject because it's a bit more difficult and stuff like that. So they were coming up with all these ideas themselves. She didn't have to tell them that look, you shouldn't have absences, you should do this, you should do that, and all this. So yeah, they started this mental process running themselves, and they kept doing it at home. And in the second semester, she had no one at all, right, who dropped, which is great. So jumping from 11 students who have dropped to 0 students who have dropped is pretty good. But she also had like a higher number of students who achieved well, I don't know if we can necessarily call them exceptional results, but like in the higher range of grades that they can get. So she also increased this number of students from like 3 to 7 from what I remember from her. So yeah, in school this can definitely help quite a lot, and it's great, Manuel, to hear about the results that the guys that you're teaching are achieving. Cool. Okay, and yeah, it's too bad, Collins, that you are not also in Nairobi, because well, maybe on Saturdays you would have been able to go with Emmanuel in that place where he's going. But maybe you'll find something in your area. Okay, so Kawe, since you've joined, I also wanted to ask you about how it's been going with Nakamboa, because Kawe is doing remote mentoring with a student from Rwanda, I think, if I remember correctly, or Zambia. Yeah, sorry, not from Rwanda, from Zambia. Okay, so yeah, I know that she didn't have access to a computer, and well, you had to do these programming lessons without doing actual programming, like without using a computer. So I was curious how it's been going so far.
Well, so far it hasn't gone too far because we're still syncing back and forth, but this has started in December, right? And just 1 month ago, I could finally actually talk to her. So it's getting better, but still. So the past 2 weeks when that came up, we finally found out, okay, she has no computer. Okay, how can we do? And then she guided me to find the exercises without a computer to learn programming without one. And she loved it, but still she couldn't manage to do anything because of work and her friend's death and all that. So, and but I think now it's getting better, and she's probably going to get something done soon enough. And she already brought those 2 great ideas, right? Having such content for us, I still have to learn how to use that stuff. It looks great. It's probably great, but I haven't tried it. You haven't tried. No, I think nobody here have tried it.
Yeah.
And she also came up with that idea of writing or giving some kind of certificate to whoever goes through this, right? Which for her would be great, and I think even for us, it's more stuff that we can do to help, right? So
sure, definitely. And I was actually talking with so I had this call with 2 programmers from Bangladesh, from Dhaka, yesterday, and they will start teaching in BRAC, which is well, BRAC has actually been voted the #1 NGO in the world. It started from Bangladesh, and it then expanded to 10 other countries. And they well, they tend to be very efficient with everything they do. They've expanded so much in Bangladesh that they have their own bank, university, or these kinds of things, and they seem to be very efficient in their activities. But thing is that well, talking about Mentors Without Borders at this stage, and like giving out certificates as Mentors Without Borders, when the companies see this name, they won't be very impressed, right? Because they don't know what Mentors Without Borders is and all this. But it's still something, right? It's a certificate, and we were talking about gradually getting in touch with some companies, and at least in the 10 countries that we are focusing on, we might be able to establish these contacts with at least a few companies, so that they will at least know what we are all about, and maybe they will be open to doing interviews, at least with the students who complete the mentoring with us. Or well, complete, it's not like we have a fixed curriculum that they need to complete, but still they get to a point where they can actually do these interviews. So yeah, I think this context would be even more useful than the certifications. But yeah, having some certification, even if it's coming from some organization that they haven't heard about, can definitely be useful. And yes, we will. We can definitely do something like this. But well, at least from Nakamboa, she's still well, quite a long way from that point.
Yeah, but she's excited. She's showing up every week now, and we're at least having this weekly meeting. So I think it's going forward.
Cool. And well, did she say something about when she would be able to use a computer?
Well, last time we haven't talked about this. All I know is that she does have access to a computer about once a week, and she did mention she wants something also to work on a computer as well, right? But right now, I think it's better to focus on this. Right? It's what she has daily, so let's focus on this, and then we'll see later.
Sure, definitely. And well, just for the other guys to understand a bit better what we are referring to when we say this, if you could paste the link maybe in the chat here,
sure,
so that the other guys can see as well. How you can get into the mindset of doing programming without actually doing programming.
Yeah, it's the website which we found content about this is called iGame Mom. I know nothing about it, but from name, I suppose it's a mother who likes games. And she just lists a lot of posts and tools that she had used before for teaching some kind of algorithm thinking and logic to people using just paper or exercises without any computer at all. So I'll post the link here as soon as I get it.
Sure, cool. Okay then, so well, this is regarding Nakamboa. Okay, if you guys wanted to, well, had something in mind that you wanted to discuss or to talk about. Okay, yes, Kawe.
No, I was just going to say that.
So, sorry, Kawe, you are breaking off. If you can repeat, please.
Yeah. I was just going to say that we need those cricket sounds for those moments. The cricket.
The cricket sounds for which moment? Sorry.
Yeah. When there's silence.
Okay. Yeah, like in the movies. Cool. Okay, so yeah, I saw that Fiaz was asking for the website name. Kawe is looking for it, but I think we have it in the Discord, if I remember correctly. Let's see, maybe we can find it.
Yeah, it's there already. Yeah.
More quickly here. I think it was in the mentors channel. So there's code combat. Yeah, it's actually igamemom.com. This is the one.
Beat it to you.
Yeah, it's a really great idea, to start with for sure. Cool. Okay, guys. So well, I don't have other updates on my side. I wish during this last month that we had like more collaborations in place in more countries, but it's still good that Ratul from Dhaka was able to have this meeting with someone from BRAC, and well, then we'll see. In Romania, within my country, right, we had a bit more progress in Save the Children. One of the mentors, who isn't a programmer, but she was able to start in one of the schools that are collaborating with Save the Children. And by start, I mean going like after the students' classes for the day, like once a week. There is a group of 20 students in total, more or less, who are between 6 and 15 years old. And well, she is talking for now with the two of them about the relaxation method, the mental process, helping them with their homework. No programming involved here. But yeah, Save the Children seems to be a very good place to do this kind of mentoring, because they are collaborating with schools, and well, the children that they are doing these activities with are all in a classroom, and Save the Children is already is finding many volunteers, many other volunteers, and we can blend in with the other volunteers. So like, as an organization, I would say that it's actually even more suited for collaboration with us than SOS Children's Villages. Because well, in SOS Children's Villages, they have these houses where there are these children, young people, but they have their rooms, and they can always like walk out of the room where we're doing this activity and go to their own room and stuff like that. But in Save the Children, at least, they are all in the classroom, and they kind of have to pay attention, right, for some time. So yeah, see if we could get in touch with other branches of Save the Children in these 10 countries where we are focusing on, it would be really great. But yeah, BRAC is for sure a great start. And even these smaller organizations, like the one where Emmanuel has been going, these are also great. But yeah, doing this mentoring in more branches of organizations such as Save the Children gives us the opportunity of building this strong proof of concept, so that we can convince the management of these organizations to implement this mentoring model worldwide gradually. But well, it will take a bit of time to have these collaborations in place with the local branches, and it is what it is. Cool. Okay, so guys, if there's anything else that you want to discuss. Yes, Emmanuel?
Yeah, I found a very great resource online of studying. It's called Hour of Code.
Hour of Code. Yes, I've heard about it as well. I didn't look too much into it, but yeah, I did hear it's a great resource. Let's see, Hour of Code. So I'm guessing that they have a curriculum maybe similar to Free Code Camp, or these others, Code Academy and others.
Yeah, but the best thing with Hour of Code is that when they teach you something, they give you time like to go and just do it. They give you a project like to make a website that for, let's say, invitation for somebody's party. So you have to make the list, insert pictures, and then they'll check if everything is included, what they have taught you is included. So that's what I like on Now of Code. It's very good.
Okay. Cool. So well, we should actually prepare a list of these resources so that each mentor can just choose from that list. But yeah, well, we have been talking about building this new website. I've done a bit of work on it in the last 2 weeks. Not much though, but well, we will progress slowly with this as well. So we should have. Well, we were talking at the end of last year about making all these things public, like the resources that we use, the curriculums, and all these things. We should make them public on the website. But first, well, we just need to launch this new version of the website. Until then, maybe we can find just well, having a collaborative document on GitHub, and just have this document there that more mentors can contribute to. This might also be a good way. So yeah, I think I will create this document in the following days when I have some time, and I will write the link on Discord, so that well, anyone who wants can contribute to it, can add their own resources and stuff. Cool, but yeah, thank you for the suggestion, Emmanuel. Have you been using it with your student or for yourself?
Just for myself.
Cool.
Yeah.
But by the way, where are you at right now, more or less? Like, have you gone through HTML and CSS, or where are you at roughly? Emmanuel?
I think I'm on CSS. I'm almost finishing the basics of CSS.
Okay, cool. Cool. Have you built like some page stuff like that with Dario?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when you have some links, maybe you can put them on Discord as well. It would be great, for other mentor students to see and be inspired. So yeah, whenever you are comfortable with making these things public. Cool. Okay, guys. So if there's anything else that you want to discuss. Okay, if not, Fiaz, as I was saying, I will put you in touch with Ratul, and this demo in BRAC will be on the 22nd of April. and afterwards, well, it will all depend on what they will discuss there. But if you're in touch with him, it should you should be able to arrange with him the necessary details. Cool. Okay, Howie, I saw that you unmuted your microphone. Was there something that you wanted to say?
Sorry, to do what?
No, I was just asking if there was something that you wanted to ask or say, because I saw that you unmuted your microphone.
Oh, no, I was trying to use the crickets. I should have something to, but I haven't planned anything, so I cannot think anything from the top of my head, so sorry.
Sure, no worries, no worries. Cool. Okay, guys, so, well, I think we can end the call here, and we'll keep in touch on Discord. Cool.
All right, cheers, man.
Thank you, guys. Bye. Have a great day and evening.
Bye-bye, see you next month.
Bye-bye.
Bye.